Hi guys, it's your girl again, Priscilla, registered nurse based in the US, working in New York State. Today I'm here to answer your most asked question. I see this in my comment sections, in my inbox. You do these beautiful videos about nursing in the US, but how do we get into the US to practice just like how you're doing? So today I'm about to mention some of the few points and ways for you to enter the US and practice as a registered nurse. I know almost all the videos online are about nurses. What about other professionals? Yes, so this video is going to be general. You just have to take the ones that suit your profession. If you happen to have a profession where you have a license to practice, like an engineer, pharmacy, nursing, medical doctor, then these tips will also help you. The type of visas and how to get into the US to practice. So lay back, chill, relax, and let's do this. So, most important or the common one we know is a family member filing for us. It could be your spouse, it could be your parent, it could be your sibling. These ones take a long time, but finally they come through for you. But you need patience and a lot of documentation and paperwork to get there. So your spouse, be it your husband or your wife, can file for you and you come through that visa. That's one of the visas through which I came. I think it's called CR1, I can't remember. There's also K1 visa, the popular TLC show 90-Day Fiancé, where you have a fiancé in the US. They file for you with a lot of evidence showing that the relationship is genuine. Then you come in to the US, then you marry within 90 days. That's 3 months. But you have to prove to the embassy that it's a real, genuine relationship. It's not just for paperwork. It's not a sham. You are not marrying your sibling or any type of thing like that. Then you can come in. All your parents, your dad, your mom can file for you. Then you come into the US. Then you settle down and find a way to take the boards and start working here as a professional, as a licensed professional. I know you are a CNA, certified nursing assistant, you are an LPN, you are worried because all the nurses are about RN, all the videos are about RN. There are so many agencies that recruit other professionals as well, and I'm going to bullet them out for you, so just relax. Also, the second method which you can enter the US is by an institution inviting you over. So let's say a hospital files for you to come and work in their hospital. So they're giving you a working visa to come into the US to work in the US. You can get a working visa as a doctor, as a lawyer, as a nurse, as an engineer, as a pharmacist, come into the US and work with the institution. All these type of visas involve paperwork and background checks and a big patience. You need patience to be able to wait and submit whatever they need and comply with the rules and regulations until you finally make it into the US. And even when you enter the US, the process doesn't end there. They are going to bombard you with so much paperwork. They're going to slam you and overwhelm you with paperwork. You are filling them, you are paying, you are renewing this, you are extending this. But you just want to come into the US. So everything will follow through for you as you enter. I'm just here to guide you into what you need to do to come into the US. So as I said, family filing for you, an institution filing for you. The third one is recruitment agency. There are so many recruitment agencies now recruiting nurses. There's nursing shortage all over the world. So this time, nursing is booming. COVID hit, the pandemic hit. There's nursing shortage. Everybody's running up and down. There are so many travel nursing gigs people are going for. So the agencies recruit. I know of 2 big ones in Ghana. They recruit for Nigeria, Kenya, as well as Philippines and Asia. The first one, Avant, A-V-A-N-T. You can check them out online and see what they have to offer. Another one is OGP. I never able to pronounce the name, Agwidi Pyden. They also recruit nurses. So you want to look into them. But before you deal with an agency, I would advise you to read the terms and conditions they have to offer. Some of them are binding and you want to know what you are getting into. So it's very advisable to get a legal eye, somebody who knows the laws, know all these jargons and terms, so that you don't tie yourself up into something that you don't know about. So get to their website, read all their terms and conditions. I understand some of them you have to write an entrance exam first and see if you qualify to even start with. So you take that entrance exam, answer all the questions. And also you should be a bedside nurse, and a certain hospital size bed capacity. Your hospital where you work should have a certain bed size capacity. Some are 200, it depends on the agency. So you should be a bedside nurse working in a hospital that has over 200 beds. Some of them are 100 or 150 beds. Look at those key figures and don't go about forging documents. They've been doing this for years and they know all the little lies we put in, and they've dealt with most of these hospitals before. So somebody submitted and said the hospital has 100 beds. You cannot submit and use that same hospital and say we have 300 beds. They'll figure you out, they'll fish you out and throw your paper out, and you lose all the other chances that you might have had. So don't lie. If you're doing paperwork for travel, please, please, please do not lie. I can't highlight that enough. Do not lie. If they don't fish you out today, they will fish you out tomorrow. And you might get deported, and you might ruin your chances and the chances of your family members or people aligned to you, or people bearing their name. So do not lie. Say it as it is. If it's meant to be for you, it will be. So give them all the details they need. Then you proceed. If you pass the entrance exams or the little questions they've asked you, then you now qualify. They help you, give you all the study materials, they prepare you online, they bombard you with homeworks, assignments towards passing the US licensure we call NCLEX, NCLEX. NCLEX is the licensure to practice as a registered nurse in the United States of America. So their goal is to prepare you, and you'll be having tests and homeworks to prove that you are really studying and grasping whatever they need you to do. Then when they feel satisfied with your performance, then they arrange for you to go take the license exam, the NCLEX, either in India, Asia, or South Africa in Africa. So I know people travel to India to go take it, and when you pass, then they now apply for a visa on your behalf. If you happen to have a family, you marry with kids, then they apply for a visa for you. Then you get the visa to enter the US, where they've already arranged your state, the hospital you'll be working, the percentage they'll be taking, everything sorted out, how to get a bank account, how to get a car to drive. They will train you. I think everybody comes through Avant and lands in Florida, where the training center is, the simulation lab is. They take you to how nursing practice in US looks like. They train you, give you the orientation and basic ways to navigate the system, the things you need to do, the things you need to know, places you need to be. They teach you all about that, and they now send you all out to your various states to start working. That is why it's very important to read about the little tidbits, so that you are not tied up into something, or you don't go into a state that might not work for you. You might want a particular state where people from your country are living in, or you might even want a state where you don't want to be around people from your country. You might want a state that might be good for your children and their exposure. You might be a family-oriented person who doesn't want the city, the noise, the sound, the skyscrapers. You just want a nice town, quiet, full of green, nature, waterfalls, and all that stuff. So many factors go into this. So find out if you can negotiate where you want to be and where you want to practice your nursing. You might look into the taxes, the minimum wage in that state, and the other packages that would work in your favor. Whatever might work for somebody will not work for you. So make sure you ask the necessary questions and be okay before you proceed with the agencies. Some of them tell you to pay them back in hours. Some of the agencies, the terms are you get into the US, you start working, you pay them this amount as soon as possible. Some of them you have to pay over years. Like Avant, I'm told you pay them in 3 years. But the good thing is you can work and pay them off. You can do 1 year break off your contract and pay them back in cash, and you are free to go. Some of these agencies make you travel nurses. They take you around the states. And if you're a family person, the traveling contracts might not be good for you to start with. So you want to look into all that before you sign up something and get stuck. But it's always good to read the details. I can't stress that enough. Read and see how it would work in your favor, because we are different and we have different stories. It might work for a single person who can travel and make more money, but you have little kids below 2 or 3 or 4, and you can't be moving around and breaking off their schooling system and all that stuff. So look into those factors before you make a mistake that you regret. You're already leaving your comfort zone to come to a country where you know nothing about, where you do not know anybody. You're coming to navigate the system all by yourself. So do not add extra stress to the stress that you already have. Relocating and leaving everything behind is not an easy journey. It's also best, if you want to start these processes, as I advise, you get a legal eye, a lawyer to look into that for you. It's gonna be very good if you are like 2 or 3 friends in a group and you want to embark on this journey. You cannot put money together. Get a lawyer that would look into it for one person, but that person will share the information with you. But you have to make sure the information aligns with your lifestyle. The person who is going might be having kids and all that stuff, and you might be a single person, and the lawyer might tune or fine-tune the person's interest in that direction. That might not work for you. But if you want to cut costs, because working on travel papers is so expensive, you might just put it together and do it as a group and benefit some information from it at the end of the day. I know most of us are working on this travel thing, especially in Africa where we come from. Most of us try to do it codedly, do it on the low, do it on the quiet, do it single-handedly. But sometimes sharing some of these informations, you end up learning more from people. I forgot to mention the type of visa that work applies for you to come into the US to work. It's called EB3. I have to take my time and make another video, a detailed video about EB3 visas and how they operate. That might be helpful to some of you too. So there are several other means to get into the US. These are the top 3 that are genuine and authentic. Then you come into the US and practice. Pay back whatever you owe, whoever helped you come in, break free, and you're able to navigate the system and go in. And I know my fellow midwives have been asking a lot of questions. We are midwives in Ghana, we are midwives in Nigeria. I'm told most of the agencies don't recruit midwives. I'm looking into getting a video out for you about how a midwife can come in. As I said, you can be a CNA or nurse with associate's degree, or LPN, licensed practical nurse, or certified nurse assistant. It's not only RNs that are being recruited. They are recruiting other nursing assistants as well. But the problem is how to find the right one that would recruit you. I gladly found a video today about one of the big agencies that are recruiting people. It's called Shearwater, SHEAR, Water, WATER. And they've been doing this for years. They are genuine, they are authentic from everything I've seen and heard so far. And you might want to get into contact with Shearwater and see what they can do. They are based in the US here, but they bring nurses from all over into the US to come and work. And they have assigned people that will be on your case and help you navigate the process and do the paperwork and everything until you get into the US. They have aligned with hospitals, and they are also an institution that bring you in and attach you to the hospitals, and their conditions might be different. So thanks for watching. Until I come your way again with another video, stay true to yourself and be positive. The name is Priscilla, signing out.